What is up, everyone? This is your boy Colin Savage, and there was some time ago, I think it was like 2 or 3 months ago, somebody told me, or was like, I commented on a video, where someone was telling information about this tarantula that I have, but it was, of course, it was a different one, but it was the same species, the striped or Costa Rican zebra, if you want to get a fancier name, but they actually had quite a bit of questions. Like, I think they asked, is it better to have a male or a female? And to be honest, with tarantulas, the only difference between a male or a female that's better is a female can live up to 20 years or more properly taken care of, I believe. But typically, 20 years is like your average. And then 5 years if it's a male. So I believe mine's a female. As you can see, she's sitting there on a log. She's pretty chilled out, pretty cute. So one thing that they were wondering was if you were allowed to, handle it, play around with it. And honestly, all I can say is I have experience with other species besides this one, but this one, if this is your first tarantula you have, or you've ever had, I should say, then I would probably get a little bit of experience with it under your belt before you try to actually handle it, because these guys are really fast. And when I say really fast, I mean if you tap them just a little bit, they will run like crazy. I'll actually demonstrate right now. Show you guys how quick that mother trucker is. Look at that. Look at how fast that thing just moved. Look at that. See? So, the reason that these are really fast like that, nobody has uncovered the reasoning, but in the wild they seem to be very, very skittish, just like you see here. Like they would rather run than bite. And that's kind of evidence right there. And also keep in mind, I think this is with most tarantulas at least. There's hairs all attached to them. She's a little bit alarmed. There's hairs on them that they will flick at you if they feel like they're in danger and they're about to die. So that's pretty much my thing about striped tarantulas. Again, I only uploaded this because a lot of people on the YouTube family of mine, YouTube side of my family, I should say, have wondered about a tarantula. They've wondered about my striped knee in particular. And and when people look at getting this specific species, they oftentimes don't know certain things like that compared to other species. Like if you get a rose hair or a curly hair, I actually think pink toes are the same way. Those don't move as fast because they're not skittish very much. These guys are more they would rather just run than confront humans. Now, obviously, there's some tarantulas that are more aggressive than others, but I'm just throwing this out there. Striped knee tarantulas are skittish and they are very fast if you try and interact with them. Here's a little hint that I give people. If you need to, for some reason, interact with your tarantula, either reach in there just like this and hold it on your hand, or hold it over a surface like a bed right there. So that's how I hold it. I pick it up with one hand and then cover the top of my hand with the other hand, and I get to a spot like over a surface or, my bed, where it'll take time for her to run, but at the same time, um, I just remember this. Um, I'll talk about that after, but it'll take time for them to run, and they also won't have very much places to go. Another thing that I wanted to mention about tarantulas are, um, keep in mind, guys, even though tarantulas can grip onto things really easily, especially like your hand when you hold it, um, just keep in mind if they do fall, because their exoskeleton is very, very fragile, they will that can cause fatalities to them, I should say, and they will die eventually. It won't happen immediately, but I think from what I heard, it normally takes like anywhere up to a day, maybe a day and a half, sometimes 2 days, depending on how bad it was, for the wound to sink in and for them to die from them getting dropped when they were being held. So for all those of you who want striped knee tarantulas or are looking at getting one, this is just some stuff that people have asked me about in comments of videos about other people uploading tarantulas and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, this is my striped knee tarantula. I believe it's a girl. I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, I love y'all and hope y'all are having a wonderful year so far. This is Colin the Savage, and I'm out.